hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I am JayLee. This is JLeesCorner, and this is my review for 90 Day Fiancé. Okay, this is, season 4. It's Tell All Part 2. It was 2 whole hours. Look, first things first, okay? If you have not done so already, go ahead and like this video. Y'all know liking the videos help us YouTubers. It helps them, the YouTube, share our videos, see that people are watching and liking our videos. So please, please, please hit the like button. Hit the like button, okay? Do not forget to also subscribe to my channel to become a whole JayBirds and all that good shit. Da 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 da. Is laid out like yelling. My hair is still wet and drying, so yeah, it is what it is, right? It's a whole bunch going on at 3 a.m. Okay, but let's get into this particular review. So as I said, it was 2 whole hours. Look, TLC knows how to drag a TV show on when it does not have to. Why my screen look like the color is weird? Anyway. But yeah, they dragged this thing on and on and on. And I was like, why didn't y'all just do like couple by couple? Just couple by couple to get it all done with, but whatever. So they kind of start off with Ashley and Jay. Now look, we know in current time, Ashley and Jay have broken up. Ashley has moved on or whatever. Jay is currently in like a detention center being held and may be deported. So I feel like, girl, we don't really care, whatever. So we see how, it was when they were saying how they were getting a divorce or whatever. Pa was laughing, talking about, well, didn't you file for divorce twice or whatever? And it's not funny. It's not funny. He was saying, yeah, I'm hurt. Okay, I made a mistake, not divorcing the first time or whatever. I still love him, even though he messed up or whatever. But we are getting a divorce. Girl, we don't care. Ashley, I feel like no one cares, and she don't realize nobody cares. This reunion really should have been like, it should have been 2 parts. It should have been 2 hours. Okay, we don't need none of the backstage stuff. We don't need all the breaks they take. We don't need to see them get set, camera set up or whatever. I mean, they just, girl, it was just too much. But when he said, fuck you, Paul, I said, oh, you want to get mad at Paul because you made a dumbass decision. Girl, bye. Jay keep bringing up how it's more going on, I'm saying, that no one knows. What, Jay? What else is going on? Are you going to tell us what's going on? No, you won't tell us, then we don't care for you to keep saying that something's going on if you can't tell us what it is. So, as to bring up how I don't know what he talking about, you know what I'm saying? He tripping or whatever, but she then say, well, I was controlling, you know what I'm saying? I was very, very controlling. I was holding his green card over his head the whole marriage, and I didn't want him to leave me. I didn't want to lose him, so I was controlling the whole time. Meaning, the reason he is saying that it was other stuff going on and a reason to why he cheated, she can't act like they had this great relationship and he cheated for no reason. And it doesn't excuse his cheating, but I guess he's 20. He's 20. And that's the kind of crazy part, whatever. He's 20 years old. At one point he brought up how she kept treating him like her child. She kept treating him like her child. That's what he said. She was treating him like her child, and she was very controlling, and it is, it was bad at that point in time or whatever. He also brings up how, it didn't work because of their age difference. So the age difference and her controlling ways. You can't be an older woman to that man and want to be his mama and his wife. And then, like, girl, it didn't work. It was what it was. And then, Paul was like, I feel Athie's pain. So I'm like, so y'all feel Athie's pain because, he cheated, but y'all don't feel his pain because she was controlling and brought a whole kid to America. Okay. All right. And I think this is the thing. They should not have been together. Jay cheating was wrong, absolutely. But it's not like Athie was innocent. As she said, I was very controlling the whole time, and as he said, she treated me like a kid. So that kind of stuff can make a 20-year-old do something dumb. And he did what kids do. They go cheat. Okay? But she was the adult in the situation and treated him like a child that she wanted to be an adult. But she was smart enough or dumb enough to know that he's a kid. A Jamaican kid at that, okay, but whatever. So Liz and Andrei, her dad was on the camera thing too. He wasn't there, but he was like on the video. So we see the old footage of, the dad bringing up how his main issue, the issue with Andrei was, he came over here, he married my daughter, got her pregnant, and he can't support them. And that's my whole thing with him. We've known that's what her daddy issues since the beginning. Like, it's only been about, can you take care of my daughter? And it seemed like he can't. And he still can't, if you ask me. So we do see this little scene of Andrei snatching the phone from her hand when it was in the car. She was pregnant. And the daddy was like, oh, he didn't look happy, whatever. He did not look happy. And, he like, my main issue is that, Andrei is too prideful to accept help from anybody, and it's kind of crazy that he would do that. So Leah says she felt like, both her dad and her husband both have their own fault in the beef. I agree with that, but then again, I don't agree with that, mainly because you want your daddy to help y'all financially, but you don't want him to have any say-so in why y'all not moving further along in y'all financial stability. You can't want someone to just help you indefinitely and then not want them to comment or have concerns about, hey, when you gonna be able to do this yourself? Like, when your husband who now lives here and got you knocked up, like, when is he gonna be able to be the one you borrow money from? Like, boom. Now, Andrei, I feel like he don't have a leg to stand on the piss. He don't have nothing. He has nothing. He should not have any say so, because girl, it's just nothing but whatever. Andrei brings up how, well, I've only been here a year, so I haven't had time to really get a job because her dad thought I was in our business or whatever, giving me a headache. You had a whole year. You've been here a whole year and you have not found a job, and you've allowed your wife to take care of you. And girl, I just can't. You know what I'm saying? I can't find a good job. And Elizabeth was at least like, you can't like take something like in the meantime, in between time of waiting to get a good job or whatever. My thing is, it's not even that that's not what he would do. It's the fact that you allow him to think it's okay. That's the part that's the gotcha. Okay. It isn't that Andrei won't take no little side job, that he won't accept any help from the daddy. It's the fact that you allow him to do that, and you keep doing stuff to let him think it's okay. So technically, Elizabeth, it's your fault, because if I would look, I would like, we only gonna survive on what you bring into the house. And right before we get evicted, and he can't afford nothing, I'm saying, well, okay, you either can pay these bills, or whatever we have to do to get them paid, you do it and shut the fuck up, because you can't have control over what you can't help pay for. Okay. Anyway, so when he like, I can't find a good job, this shit, and she's like, oh, you want to be head of household, but you don't want to pay no bills. And I was like, but you've allowed him to think that's okay. And he looked at her like, I would kick your ass one day for saying this on TV. But I mean, it's true. But again, she allows it to happen. He then said, because I think Sean said, like, well, are you working now? Yes, I have a full-time job. You know what I'm saying? I drive a semi-truck. Elizabeth then say, but it isn't all the time. Like, some weeks he don't even work. Like, sometimes he can work 60 hours in a week, but then he may not work for 4 more weeks. Like, it's real iffy. It's real iffy or whatever. It's not consistent work. And then, he like, well, yeah, that's true, but you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Girl, Elizabeth is still being dumb. Elizabeth still allows him to assume that the standpoint of him being the head of the household, him being the man, him being the provider, and so he can say and do whatever, and he ain't doing any of that. But again, she's allowing him to do that. That's her stupidity. The dad then brings up how he gave them the bulk of the money to buy the truck that Andrei is using to work in. He says, so when I see Andrei at home not working, and I see the truck that I paid for sitting, I get upset, because why would I give you money to work? Why would I give you the money to buy a van or truck to work on or to work with, and you then don't use it? And so you're not using what I put my money into to help you get, and you're not working, and your wife still keeps borrowing money from me, her daddy. Girl, He say, see, that's what I mean. Her father always is, saying stuff and bringing up what he done for me and trying to hold it against me. And for Jay to be the voice of reason and say, well, he not doing that. What he doing is he telling you that he put his time and money into helping you do something, and he just wants you to do the same. Like if he gave you money and he had to work himself to give you something to get that truck, he wants to see you working because he sacrificed to give you the stuff to get it. And I'm like, Andrei don't care. But not only that, Elizabeth did not force him, or at least penalize him in some sort of way to help him realize he can't just not work. But she don't. So I mean, I don't care. They then bring up how, he wants to go for some Moldova to have that baptism for the baby and the wedding. And, she's like, well, I'm waiting for him to, to figure it all out. And, their custom or their stuff says, the baby has to be baptized within 6 months. She's not 4 months. I don't see how we're going to be able to afford to go to Moldova within the next 2 months. And I say, he don't have no money. He don't have no money. But neither do you. My thing is, I wouldn't care. My child will be baptized here in the States. We can afford it. Okay, we can afford to go to the chapel. But I'm not going to be stressing myself out worrying about getting to my husband's country if he don't care. And he keeps saying, we'll do it, like it's going to happen. But he don't have no plan. He don't have not no plan, no idea, or nothing to figure out how it's going to happen. And I'm like, that's some bullshit. The dad then said, if we're invited, like we'll go over there too. But I don't know, like, 'cause I feel like if they can afford to do it and we can afford to help pay for it, like, I think it'd be crazy if he just doesn't want to accept the help because it's for me. Look, they don't need to be treated to no damn Moldova trip if he ain't working in America. Okay, if you can't afford to do things in America, I don't feel like they should give you money to go back to Moldova. Oh, that's stupidity. Colt and Larissa was mainly the rest of the episode. Look, I'ma say this about Colt and Larissa because I don't want to go through all this bullshit. We see the old footage of them or whatever, and Larissa was fakely crying currently on the stage. What on in the video thing? She said, "I thought we could have been a family." Colt said the same. No, y'all didn't. Y'all, Larissa again wanted somebody to pay her way to be here. Colt wanted somebody to have sex with. It's that simple. It did not work out. They were definitely not matches. They both wanted more than what the other one was willing to give. Colt didn't have the money for Larissa, and Larissa did not want to keep having sex with Colt if he could not give her what she wanted. It was that simple. It was really that simple. And what made it worse was Debbie and them goddamn cats, okay? That's what it was. It wasn't like they were so in love the whole time. She wanted money. He told her he had money, and then when she got here, he didn't have as much money as she wanted. Like, that was the whole issue, but it is what it is. Larissa brought up how, I don't blame Debbie as much. Yes, you do. You may not do that now because you're no longer in the house with her, but when you was in the house with Debbie, you and Debbie was always beefing. Period. Okay? But she brings up how, I'm saying, I just wanted my husband or whatever. Colt said, well, you didn't do anything for me. It was kind of crazy how you would just always be arguing and fussing and fighting about money, 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 money. And, that was the drawing, the end of it all was how much, he like, it just kept, it was more and more money for everything it was just money, 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 money. But you knew that when you brought her over here. Okay? You knew that. You just assumed she would be happy with the bare minimum, and she was not. And, she wanted all that you had to get what she wanted. And I'm like, whatever. Larissa said Debbie was, she said, I couldn't be a wife. I couldn't clean or whatever. I would clean and Debbie would get mad. And you know what I'm saying? I couldn't be a wife because your mama Debbie is territorial like a cat. I said, Lord Jesus. I loved him in my own way, and I tried to do everything for him. I don't believe that. I don't. I believe she thought if I give him my vagina, however he wants, because that's what I feel like he wants. That's all he wants. That's what I'm going to give him. Then everything else shouldn't matter. And I'm like, girl, if you say so. Colt then said, well, she would get mad at me, but like she wouldn't listen to me, like she wouldn't listen to what I really wanted and needed or whatever. She would complain about my mom, the money, the car stuff. But if I asked her for a hug, she would call me needy. And I was like, well, I mean, but we seen Larissa act a fool about little stupid stuff. So I mean, like, I do think that's part true, but also for like Colt, you knew what she wanted. She wanted money. And when you did not give it to her, she, acted a little bit crazy. So they was arguing back and forth, whatever. Um, shit, like, when you gave up on our marriage and saying you gave up. You're like, no, I didn't, oh, you was more concerned about cleaning the garage out than our marriage. And I didn't give up on you, 3 arrests in 6 months. I didn't give up on you. And I said, well, at the end you did. But not that he gave up. The marriage had run its course. I think people knew from the moment she got there, this ain't gonna work out. Like, it's gonna end badly. Okay, it did end not as bad as we thought it would, but it still ended like messy with them two beefing or whatnot. And I'm like, girl, I don't care. He like, and I still love you, okay? Even though it hurts me, I still love you. Well, Colty, I still love you. I love Colty. I'm like, ain't your boyfriend sitting right over there? And the whole time she talking, they don't realize her boyfriend is sitting in the same room with her. He just isn't on camera. So on break or whatever, you're like, is it crazy? I still love her. Because sometimes she's really, when she's good, she's good, but when she's not, and she's nice and she's sweet, she's funny. I'm like, Cole, how had you been hoodwinked and bamboozled into getting back with her, and y'all are legally divorced? Are you dumb or are you stupid? Okay, you might be both. Andrei, who I'm like, why is the weirdest people being divorced for the reasons? He like, look, she was looking for any reason to get rid of you at that point in time. And but you still kind of walking back into a trap, cut it out. So Debbie come out, and they don't like each other. They was arguing back and forth. I don't care what they were saying. Excuse me. Because there's a lot of back and forth. Colt again bring up the ending issue with them was the money thing and how she just kept asking him to buy this, to buy that. I said, okay, Colt then brought up how, they was arguing or whatever. She said we were arguing, and she brings up how she flushed the ring down the toilet. And they're like, well, Colt, how much was the ring? He said that ring was like $2,000. Colt, do you lie? The ring was not more than 200. I said $200. $200? I wonder if she wouldn't have got it appraised. I can see Colt paying $200 for a ring. I can. At like a pawn shop. But, just saying. But it could be he wanted to, but you know what? At a pawn shop, a ring that you paid to, well, no, if you paid 24, it's less than that. I don't know. Colt said it was 2,000. She said it was 200 or whatever, and it doesn't really matter. And as they're talking or whatever, they kept on like, well, is there a chance for you two like to get back together? And then she said, we know never say never. So as she say that, she started laughing, and Sean like, is there somebody there with you? Because she laughing, looking over to the side. Is somebody there with you? Then here come Eric on screen. I mean, Eric came and got in the screen. Well, because Sean said get on camera. I will say that. Colt was pissed. Colt was more upset because, one, Sean got on camera. Larissa and Eric was like kind of hugged up or whatever, and he just didn't want to see her with somebody new. It was really that simple. He got mad. He walked off or whatever. At one point, him and the guy was going back and forth. I don't care because currently Colt and Larissa are divorced, like clearly divorced. And Colt is a jerk all the time. Let's not negate that. But I can understand him being upset that this is supposed to be a show about what we went through, and you had your new boyfriend on camera. And when Debbie said he didn't bring a girl, does he have a new one? Does Coach have a new girlfriend? If he did, he could have brought her. Just saying, because they're divorced. They're divorced. I digress. So Colt, like, I'm glad I fixed her for you. Like, fixed her? You didn't fix her for me. I'm like, why are y'all two arguing? And the whole time Larissa is sitting there laughing. You're hurting his feelings. Larissa, that's not nice, said Debbie. Debbie is defending her not her boyfriend. Defending her son. And I'm my girl, we don't care. She like, you a piece. Debbie told Richard, you a piece of shit, and I hope you get deported. I say, why? Stop hoping she gets deported. Just stop saying that, Debbie. Okay, just cut it. But I mean, Larissa is the exact person who should be deported. Like, no tea, no shade, because I don't get to politics stuff or whatever. But she came here for a reason, to be married and whatnot. She got married, it did not work out, and then she got divorced. And not only that, he withdrew the petition to, get her a green card. So I'm looking like, isn't that the reason she wants to go home? But I digress. Anyway, so Cole walk off stage because he pissed because Eric is on the camera, and he eventually come back when he say, "I need him off the camera." I do feel like Eric should have been on the camera for maybe a minute, but him being on camera and like really arguing with Cole, I feel like that was dumb. You didn't even know Larissa when they were married, so like, why are you on the show talking? It's done and like kind of argue. It was weird. You can tell that Eric wants attention too. Eric and Larissa both are hoping for some kind of weird spinoff, and so he was okay being on camera. At one point, she was all hugging on him and like leaning on his shoulder and doing things to make Colt more upset. But girl, I was like, it is what it is. They eventually asked Eric to get off camera to make Colt come back. And you know what I'm saying? Before he walked off camera, Larissa made sure to hug and kiss on that man just to piss Colt off. I say it's gonna be some bull crap or whatever. But again, him and Larissa are divorced. Nicole and Azan. Nicole and Azan have been dating or trying to get married for 3 years. Azan has been catfishing, tricking, and bamboozling and leading astray Nicole for 3 years. And they have not seen each other in a year. Girl, what is wrong with you? Nicole, from big woman, plus size woman to plus size woman. You can't be out here making us look like fools and idiots and goofies, okay? You out here, really chasing behind a person who you have not seen in a year and who you have been trying to get to lock down for 3 years. Girl, move on. You could have been and had you two husbands in America. Every girl, you know how many people looking for a fool in America? I mean, like, not to say she deserves to be fooled, but I feel like you being fooled from somebody who don't even live here, and you're making it seem as if it's like normal. I just don't understand it. I really, 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 really don't. So Aslan, of course, is on video chat or whatever, and they ask him like, "Hey, where did that $6,000 go to that she gave? Like, what did you do with it?" What he said made no sense. He said she gave me $6,000 or whatever, and I put some money in it, but I was still working. But that don't say where the money went, bro. Where did the money go? Like, where did you spend it at? Would you spend it at the local quickie mart? Okay, it was at Amazon. Like, where was it spent? I'm so confused. So she then says, "Well, there's a building now. We didn't have a building then, but there's a building now." He then said, "We found a place. We just need to open." I'm looking like, but what is the business? Like, anybody can have an empty building, but like, what are you selling? Or what's going on in the building? They never said what it was. Her mama like, I feel like we just don't know what's real and what isn't real. And Aslan gonna say, no, it's that y'all not listening. No, it's that y'all lying and not making any sense or whatever. He then said, like, again, there is a shop now, and then she bring up how, we just have to look for products so the store can open. So I'm looking like, so y'all bought a building and don't know what y'all selling? That's just stupidity. That's back alley stupidity. It's like y'all stupidity. Word of the day, Nicole, stupidity. So Sean asked, like, well, when he canceled the trip to Grenada, you were excited to go to Grenada, but you didn't seem to be phased when it was canceled. Like, when it's canceled, like, how did you feel? And she went mute. I mean, it was as if she lost her hearing, and she was just like, her mom was like, so you just not gonna answer the question. She went deaf mute, like no one asked her. And I'm like, girl, at least say, I don't know. Like, she just said nothing. It was the weirdest. Like, you heard the crickets cricking. You heard, a pin drop. Okay, you heard a rat pissing on cotton. It was so quiet that she just said nothing. Well, Mom, I don't know what to say. You don't know how to say how you felt about something? Girl, did she have 88? Did she have something? Did she diagnose with anything before I go off? I just need to know. But let me just stop. Anyway, she then said, well, stuff comes up, you know what I'm saying? And, we will eventually see each other, whatever. But, you know what I'm saying? Things happen. It's not a big deal. So they asked Azan, like, well, what happened? Why did you cancel the trip? Well, it was a private issue and I can't talk about it. And I'm like, I mean, So Sean say, "Well, was everyone okay? Like, was it a family? Like, is somebody get hurt?" He's like, "No, no, 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 nothing like that or whatever. But it's fine." So it's a private matter that you can't talk. Girl, I don't know. It is stupid. She has been catfishing us, okay, hoodwink, bamboozling, and leading us astray for 3 years. I'm happy I did not see whatever season it was on first time because I mean I would be pissed off. Okay, 3 years and nothing. They asked her, like, well, when, no, they asked the mama, well, when do you think Nicole and Azan would get married? The mama said, that's a good question, Azan. And he said, oh, I'm pretty, and when mama said that, Nicole said, that is a good question. And even she looked Azan's way. He said, I'm pretty sure the next time she come here, I'm pretty sure we'll probably get married. I'm looking like, girl, I can't. I just, Russ then like, Nicole, be careful, girl. Okay, just be careful because I feel like, I'm saying, he is stringing you along, whatever, just be careful. Russ, pow, is stringing you along. So, what I'm saying? Goose, meet the gander. Anyway, so they then bring on Jay's friends in the barbershop. Then y'all remember these guys. Now, look, I have their picture in case y'all forgot who they were. But I was surprised, like, why are they on here? Okay, I'll make it a little bit smaller. So these are Jay's friends. So these are the guys, Michael and Kendall, who told Ashley about the whole the whole girl that Michael slept with at the barbershop. Drink of water, hold on. Ooh, mouth is dry. So Michael and Kendall, who are no longer Jay's friends. Let's say that. Mainly because, again, they told Ashley what happened. I'll be forgetting it's 3:30 and I have to go to bed. But I have one more video to do besides this one. Anyway, so, just like I'm saying, I'm not doing this right now. So it was as if he did not want to even have the conversation with them there or whatever. But I mean, he didn't get up initially. So as they were sitting there, and I'm like, but why are the guys there? But I digress. The dudes bring up how they're not friends with him anymore. How they had not seen him since he had sex with a girl in the shop. And this is what kind of happened for me. I feel like they did not need to be there. They told her whatever. I'm like, they bring up how Jay was young and wanted to play the field, like he wasn't ready for marriage. I'm saying he wasn't mature enough to be with Ashley. And I feel like that may be true, but what business is it of yours? Like, if y'all are also older and y'all are Nicole's age, not Nicole, y'all are Ashley's age, why would some just ain't clean in the water? Okay, I'm gonna say that. Jay, like, look, all y'all know is that I had sex with the one girl in the shop. Y'all know nothing else. He then said how the one in the blue shirt, right here, no, right here. He said he was supposedly texting Abby. Abby supposedly showed him text messages between her and him where he was telling Abby other stuff that Jay did. So Jay was saying how they were lying about other things he did because he wanted to get with Ashley. And I feel like there was something between him and Ashley that I felt like was a whole lie. Because when Ashley was like, him, we weren't kicking it. Like, no, that's not true. Because Jay then said, like, in some of the text messages, it seemed like, I guess Michael was trying to get with Ashley. And, so he was lying, putting 20 on 10, saying Michael did all kind of other stuff that he did not do. I mean, at this point, I don't care either. Because, again, they divorcing, and Michael is in a detention center, so it is what it is. So, but he do bring up how what I know about y'all, and I didn't tell anything about y'all. What else? I think it's some bullcrap that y'all came, like, stitched on me. But Michael, you did it. So, I mean, it don't really matter. So, from there, Jay kind of got up and walked off for some reason. He came back, sat down, or whatever. And then as they talking, it was a whole bunch of BS. I don't even care. They do ask about her calling the police when Jay came back to the house. And even though she said, she do feel like she did something wrong by calling the police, she said, but, at the same time, I was mad because he cheated on me, and so it was what it was. I'm looking like the fact that no one said, girl, that man, you tried it with the police because it wasn't a domestic abuse, or domestic situation. And they asked Colt, like, well, do you have any say so? Because, you called the police on Larissa. Because Larissa was beating him up. Jay wasn't beating up Ashley. Ashley called the police on him. And she was the one beating her. Girl, I can't. It's just stupid. The only good part of that whole conversation was Jay was like, saying Ashley acting all innocent or whatever, but she was also texting some guy the whole time or whatever, and she would text him in my face and talk to him in my face. That's not true. I was only texting, talking to some guy in your face after you cheated. He's like, that ain't true either. You were doing this, you were doing that because I went through your phone. The minute he said he went through her phone and saw the texts that she was sending to some guy or whatever, she instantly got up and left not only the stage, she left the room. She left the building. Okay, she packed her shit and she left the whole building, which means Ashley knows that she was doing the same thing that Jay was doing. She just didn't want to bring it up. Period. Okay, and I don't. That's all that happens. She left the minute he told her that he went through her phone. He knew that she was talking to some guy on her phone. So I'm assuming them little sugar daddy comments, them sugar daddy rumors. Okay, it's probably true. They get to Russ and Powell, who y'all know I don't care about or whatever, because they were showing like, so and so had a baby. I don't care about Andrei and Liz's new baby. Okay, cute, cute, cute. But Russ brings up how they were naive to believe that a baby will bring them closer. Okay, he says, and now we have more challenges now, and we fight all the time or whatever. He said mainly because she makes me feel like I don't do enough. And what I'm saying, she's always pushing me away or whatever. Powell says how he's traveling more since the baby was born. I would say this, Powell want a lot. Like, if you look at her social media, she wants a lot of fancy, high-end, expensive stuff. How can he afford it if he ain't working? You can't, that man has to take care of y'all live in expensive ass Miami, and you can't expect him to pay his bills or whatever if he ain't working. Like, you not working right now, mama. Period. So, but I feel like she gonna take that kid and run one day, like run away. So, he brings up, she then says, when he's there, I feel like he doesn't help me enough, I feel like he doesn't do things right. And, sometimes I just hate him. I can't stand him. And at times I prefer him to be gone because I don't want him here if he can't help me how I want him to help me. And then he brings up how, what I'm saying, well, he like, honestly, I only come back because of my son. Like, she treats me and it's so bad or whatever, it's like I can't meet her expectations. Everything I do is wrong. Like, so I only come back for my son. And that's really it. He like, it's just really, really bad right now. And then Colt kind of brings up, even though Colt should have had the time, I like how Colt, see, what I'm saying? It seemed like he trying, maybe cut him a little bit of slack or whatever. I'm a good mom. And he like, I'm not saying that you're not a good mom. Like, what I'm saying is, just because he don't do things the way that you do things, still cut him some slack because he's still trying. And I'm like, he is. We seen how our damn self be extra, extra, extra. We all about it during the season. We're like, okay, nobody hold. Like, she really felt like only she could do things right. Like, you can't hold them right. You can't wash a dish right. Like, we seen that ourselves. I mean, I think it's probably gotten worse. But I mean, I feel like they'll be divorced in a year or two, simply because they just not matching right now, and I don't think either of them is willing to do the work to fix it because power is just difficult, and I feel like Russ is a pushover, so he not gonna push her any further, whatever. And I was like, whatever. So that was really it. They do show like, what I'm saying, 2 months later, well, Larissa went to court for them charges or whatever. They were not dismissed, but she had to pay $345 fine, and she had to do 48 hours of community service. And then if she do that, the charges will be dropped down to like disorderly conduct or something, and those charges won't affect her possible citizenship her immigration status she's trying to get. And her like you follow the rules, don't get arrested anymore, and like you should be good or whatever. And Eric was there too. I was shocked or whatever, but what I'm saying, we're gonna follow these rules. We're gonna take things step by step, and it will be fine. And Larissa's like, forget Colt and she said Debbie and Colt can suck it because they don't have the key to the country. Okay, and then Debbie and Colt were upset. No, yeah, well, Debbie was more upset. Colt was more like, like whatever. I'm relieved, but still sad. And Debbie like, I'm just sad that she wasn't deported. I say, Debbie, stop saying that. What is wrong with you? Anyway, it's like I feel like she just needs to go home. But it's over. Right? It's over now. Like she left our life. We don't have to deal with it or whatnot. So it's fine. And Colt, like I don't get how she's able to stay here. I mean, I don't get it either. But it is what it is. And that was a whole 2 hours worth. Girl, they drug it all the way out. Look. 90 Day Fiancé before 90 Days comes on next Sunday. I am reviewing it. Look, let's just hope it's not as stupid as the season was with these foolish people or whatever. I'm done, y'all. Make sure to like and please like this video, okay? Y'all do not realize how much it helps us do things, okay? So, like, comment, share, subscribe. That's it. Peace.